Hey guys, welcome back. Tomorrow there will be the new set releasing and we have the Lunalight combo guide here. I will show you the two most important combos, one starting with the new Lunalight Gold Leo and the other one with the Fire Formation Tenki here. This is a heavy combo deck, so I will show you the combos, explain everything to you. I also have a deck list in the end there for you. And as of right now, this is kind of a cheap deck. We will have to see how big the ultra attacks will be. You want to end up on this new boss monster, the Lunalight Liger Dancer, which is basically unaffected. We will read over the cards though so that you understand. So we are starting with the Gold Leo here. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand, except itself, then discard one card, and this discard thing is very important for Lunalight. And then if a Lunalight monster is sent to your graveyard, which will happen a lot where this card is in your main monster zone, in your monster zone, even during the damage step, you can target one of them, add it to your hand. Very important, your best starter basically. And if you want to hit the Lunalight opponent with an imp, for example, or an effect valor, do it right here. We are going to go Lunalight Gold Leo normal summon and activate here to get to the hand our Yellow Marten, and then we will discard Yellow Marten because we also need to discard. We have Yellow Marten here. We will also read over the older cards. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one Lunalight card you control, except this one, return it to the hand. And if you do special summon this card, this return to the hand thing will come up in a few different situations. I will show this to you, and you can also send this card to the graveyard by card effect, or if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can add one Lunalight spell trap from deck to hand. The Yellow Marten is a very important one to search you this new card here, the Lunalight Masquerade. Very important card. It's a continuous spell during your main phase. If this card was activated this turn, you can send one Lunalight monster from your deck to the graveyard, so it's all about sending stuff to the graveyard. We will use these graveyard resources to fusion summon our boss monsters later on. If you fusion summon a Lunalight monster, you can add one Polymerization from your graveyard or banishment to your hand. Then you can discard one card, and if you do discard one card, if you fusion summon a Lunalight monster this turn, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard as a material. So if you discard an additional card, which we will do in the combo, we can also fusion summon from the graveyard. Activate Masquerade and then activate Masquerade in order to send to the graveyard another new card, Lunalight Silverhound. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Lunalight monster from your deck, except this one, a very good Ash target by the way. And then there's also an interruption in your graveyard, which is pretty nice. When a spell trap card or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can banish this card and one Lunalight fusion monster from your graveyard to negate the activation. So keep this in your graveyard at all times if you can, to have an additional interruption. Then this one will activate to summon from the deck another Lunalight monster, the Kaleido Chick. This is an older card but very important one. Once per turn, you can send one Lunalight monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. The name of this face-up card becomes the one that you have basically sent, and if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, we can also grab a Polymerization back to our hand, and if this card is banished, we can activate this effect. Your opponent cards and effects cannot be activated during the battle phase. 3 relevant effects, and we will summon this multiple times each turn. And this is the card that is very important because this sends us material from our extra deck and from our main deck to the graveyard, and we will do this very often in one turn. You can always activate this because the sending here, indicated by the semicolon, is cost. So even if this is negated, which it will be at some point in our combo, you can still send. So we are going to activate this to send to the graveyard our Lunalight Tiger. And now we can activate Gold Leo's second effect because something was sent. We can add it back to the hand, so we grab the Tiger. It's also very important because we are using pendulum monsters, not to pendulum summon, but we have to place them in the pendulum zones. So always keep these zones free. We're going to activate the Yellow Marten in order to bounce back Kaleido Chick to the hand and summon the Yellow Marten because Kaleido Chick, once again, we want to use often in our turn. So overlay both of these to go into Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, and Tiger King can add us the Fire Formation Tenki. Activate a Fire Formation Tenki to grab the Lunalight Black Sheep to the hand. So we have before sent the Lunalight Tiger to the graveyard. You can also send the Black Sheep to the graveyard, but we can also add it here. We can discard this card and then add either one Lunalight monster from graveyard to hand or a Polymerization from deck to hand. So this is our card that searches out the Polymerization. We are going to discard this for our Polymerization, and then we are going to go activate the Tiger. If this is in the pendulum zone, it can special summon one from the graveyard, but the effects are negated. So we are going to special summon the Black Sheep, because if Black Sheep goes to the graveyard again, we can use its effect again. And then we are going to use our Polymerization to go into another new card with the Black Sheep and the Yellow Marten from our hand to go into the Perfume Dancer. Very good, strong new card. 2 Lunalight monsters. If this card is fusion summoned, you can add 1 Lunalight Perfume from your deck to your hand, and then you can also target 1 other Lunalight card we control, return it to the hand extra deck. Then you can special summon a Lunalight monster from your hand. We will use this later on. Next thing we are going to do is Chain Link 1, activate a Lunalight Perfume Dancer to search. Chain Link 2, because we have fusion summoned, we can now add a Polyback from the graveyard to the hand and then also discard a card to make the second graveyard fusion effect live. And then we go Chain Link 3, our Black Sheep, in order to add from the graveyard to the hand our Kaleido Chick. So here comes Kaleido Chick. Then we are going to add back the Poly. Now we can also fusion from the graveyard because we have discarded one, in this case the Fuvalos, and now Perfume Dancer gets a Lunalight Perfume to our hand. Perfume Dancer will now bounce back our Tiger here in order to special summon the Kaleido Chick once again, so we can send once again. The Tiger is also not once per turn, so if we scale him again, we can use him again. Now we can once again use the Kaleido Chick in order to get to the graveyard our Lunalight Emerald Bird. We will use him later on. And then we are going to go Link 2 into Cross Sheep. Afterwards, you go activate the Tiger again in order to once again special summon something from the graveyard, this time around the Emerald Bird. If this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can target 1 of your level 4 or lower Lunalight monsters that is banished or in your graveyard to special summon it but negate it. Then we are going to activate Cross Sheep because something was special summoned here, so always special summon this in this zone to basically resummon from the graveyard our Kaleido Chick once again. So once again, Kaleido Chick can activate. It's like basically it's like a Mirror Jade. If you get Mirror Jade to the field over and over again, you can also activate him every time again. So we have activated Kaleido Chick, I think, thrice this turn. This time around, we are going to send Lunalight Leo Dancer. This is very important because the Leo Dancer is part of the material. So we need Lunalight Leo Dancer plus 3 Lunalight monsters to make our new boss monster. This is why we're sending this here. Activate Perfume to target the Black Sheep and special summon it back to our field. And then we can, because we have 4 bodies here on our field now, and remember that this Lunalight Kaleido Chick here isn't called Lunalight Kaleido Chick anymore, but it's called Lunalight Leo Dancer because this is what happens when it sends something to the graveyard. Now we can poly with our entire field here to the first copy of our boss monster Lunalight Liger Dancer. Once again, this was possible because Kaleido Chick had the name of the Lunalight Leo Dancer sent to the graveyard. So Lunalight Liger Dancer, we read this card. It needs, I have already read this, must be fusion summoned with the above materials, unaffected by card effects except Lunalight cards, can make a second attack during each battle phase. It has 3/9 attack, 3/8 attack, this is wrong. Here at once per turn quick effect, you can send 1 Lunalight monster from your extra deck to the graveyard to destroy all your opponent's special summoned monsters. So this is our win con because this is unoutable just by battle and by kaijus, for example, or by tributing basically. Tsurugi could do it. And even if your opponent can make something that can theoretically overrun the Liger Dancer, like for example, let's say an Access Code Talker, you still have this protection effect here to destroy all special summoned monsters that your opponent has. But we will make it even more safe here. We'll activate Kaleido Chick in order to get back the Poly, then we are going chaining 2 Emerald Bird in order to get back the Kaleido Chick, and then we are going to go Black Sheep here. So Black Sheep will add back the Gold Leo to the hand, the Emerald Bird will resummon Kaleido Chick once again, and then we are going to get back the Poly once again. So now we can activate Kaleido Chick once again to dump something into the graveyard. It doesn't really matter here, let's dump a Gold Leo at this point here, and then yeah, we have just sent this. Activate Lunalight Perfume in the graveyard to basically banish this, and then you can discard 1 card and add 1 Lunalight monster from your deck to the hand. We're going to go discard this Gold Leo or whatever to grab the Lunalight Wolf, which in the Pendulum Zone, you can fusion summon 1 Lunalight fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing its materials from field or graveyard. So we are going to go Poly here. We are going to use our graveyard in order to use a Gold Leo, the other Gold Leo, the Emerald Bird, and the Leo Dancer. Remember, because we have activated this Masquerade discard 1 effect before, we have now the ability to banish from our graveyard for this fusion summon. We are going to go into our second Liger Dancer here, And yeah, the second Liger Dancer, by the way, can also, as well as the first one, activate this destruction effect here. So you are super safe. Your opponent would now need like a Lava Golem or 2 Kaijus or 2 Mitsurugi tribute monsters in order to get rid of this. If you arrive at this point, or even at the point of 1 Liger Dancer, the game is basically over. So we have our 2 Liger Dancers here, and this is basically game over. Let me now show you how the Tenki combo works. Okay, this time around we are starting with the Tenki. That makes it a bit different. Tenki is going to add the Fractal, Tri-Brigade Fractal, and Fractal can send to the graveyard the Silverhound. Silverhound activate to special summon from the deck the Goat Leo, and Goat Leo will now add to our hand Kaleido, and we discard a random card because now we still have our normal summon left for our Kaleido. Kaleido is going to go normal summon, and we are going to send to the graveyard the Black Sheep. Remember, we need access to our Poly. We can use Gold Leo now to get the Black Sheep to the hand and then use the Black Sheep's effect to get the Polymerization to the hand. We are going to go Poly here in order to go into our Perfume Dancer, and then we are going to activate the Perfume Dancer's effect to add the Perfume, and then Kaleido can also re-add the Polymerization. So we get the Poly back here at this point, and then we are going to grab our Perfume, which we can now use the Perfume in order to special summon the Kaleido once again. Kaleido is, you see it now, the most important card, I guess, in this deck. Activate the Chick in order to send to the graveyard the Leo Dancer here, and now we have the important material for our boss monster, and then we can go Lunalight Perfume. We are going to discard 1 random card in order to add the Wolf to our hand. Now we are going to activate Perfume Dancer, bounce back Kaleido because we can use her again, because we can special her again with the same effect. Now Kaleido will dump to the graveyard another Leo Dancer. This makes it a bit safer against something like a DD Crow or Bestial on these Leo Dancers here, and the idea is to basically fill our grave with material for our boss monster. Now we go Link 2 into our Cross Sheep here, and then we are going to scale our Lunalight Wolf, activate it in order to fusion with stuff from the graveyard. You use your Perfume Dancer, then one of the Leo Dancers, then your Gold Leo, as well as your Black Sheep in order to go into the first copy of our boss monster Lunalight Liger Dancer. And then we can activate multiple effects. Our Cross Sheep here can resummon back the Kaleido, and Kaleido can send to the graveyard Yellow Marten. Then we can activate Yellow Marten in order to bounce back our Wolf, because in theory we could use him once again now, because we will activate him again. And then we will summon the Yellow Marten. Now we go into our Dugaris just to draw 2 and discard 1. It doesn't really matter, it's also not super important, but draw 2, discard something here, and then you go into an SP as an additional interruption should you ever need it. And then you can go Lunalight Wolf once again. We activate it once again to basically banish our entire graveyard when it comes to Lunalight cards, to make the second Liger Dancer. And once again, obviously, if you can, you want to keep in your graveyard this, where is it, the Silverhound, because this together with a Lunalight Fusion monster is an interruption for spells and traps. But this time around we needed our entire graveyard basically to make the second Liger Dancer, which is okay because this is basically game over. Only a Lava Golem basically can beat this, and we are going to pass to our opponent and basically win the game from here. So this is what you always want to do. You always want to go to your Liger Dancers, because this basically means the end of the game. Let me now show you a decklist that you can take to Master Duel to also bully the opponents and just first turn kill your opponent on the ladder. So here's how a potential Lunalight list could look like. We definitely want this one Fractal. This goes together with the Tenki here. You could obviously also use Tenki to add something else. We are playing 2 Kaleido Chicks. You have seen how important this is in the combo. Then 1 Emerald Bird. This can be important from time to time. You've also seen this in the combo, but this, as well as our Yellow Marten, is only a one-off. Yellow Marten is also a nice point of interruption if you can, for example, get rid of this from the graveyard via a Bestial, because this is basically the card that wants to search the Lunalight Masquerade. Then again, your opponent could already have it because this is a free off in the deck and also one of the newer cards together with the Gold Leo. So this could become a very expensive deck depending on how the rarities pan out in the end. We are playing triple Gold Leo, your best starter. Then we are playing 2 Fuvas, we are playing 2 Silverhounds. You could also play 1 Silverhound. You could also play, I guess, 1 Kaleido Chick, but I guess 2 is nicer. Then we have our Ash Blossom here, so we can negate Fuvas and Maxis and stuff like this. Our double Maxis, then we have 1 Black Sheep for the Poly Search, our Lunalight Wolf Graveyard Fusion guy, the Lunalight Tiger as our Graveyard Revive. We have 1 Foolish Burial, which obviously is also a starter. You can Foolish the Lunalight Silverhound, and then it's basically the same as you have seen before. We would then go for the Gold Leo and continue from there to a Lunalight Perfume. This is also a good card to just open in your hand. Triple Fire Formation Tenki as our starter, Lunalight Masquerade, as well as a very important card here, Heavy Polymerization. This is basically just win the game if you get interrupted, I guess. You fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using 3 or more monsters from your hand or field. And then you can also banish monsters from your extra deck as material up to the number of monsters your opponent controls, but you lose life points equal to the total attack of monsters banished this way when the monster is fusion summoned. So what you can do with this card, going second especially, but also going first depending on your hand, is just make a Liger Dancer. And you can make a Liger Dancer with your entire extra deck basically, so just use 1 Leo Dancer and then you use, for example, triple Perfume Dancer here in order to basically make, or I guess you can't because you use 1 of this and then you can use, it's 4,000. You basically use 1 Leo Dancer and then 2 Perfume Dancers, because this would mean you take 7,500 damage. Then you will need to use at least 1 Lunalight monster from your hand, but you should have 1, and then you can just summon the Lunalight Liger Dancer onto the field. This obviously needs your opponent to have like 3 cards. Is it cards or monsters? Up to the number of monsters, 3 monsters, but especially going second, this is not unlikely. So this card can just instantly make the Liger Dancer, and you still have 500 life points, which some decks can just kill you with this, obviously, but every other deck kind of has to run over the Liger Dancer, and it's pretty hard to do this, especially because you still have Liger Dancer's protection, destruction effect, you could say. So this is just one way to insta-win the game. You don't need to play this at 3, but I think this card is so insanely OP that you should run it. But yeah, this is debatable. Then we have 1 Poly and also the Lunalight Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Lunalight Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. If your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the ED, you can also use 1 Lunalight monster in your deck or extra deck as a material. Another way to, in theory, obviously also go into your Perfume Dancer, but you could also go into your Liger Dancer by using this one here from your extra deck if your opponent has a monster from the extra deck. We have our 1 Called By here, obviously a super good card, 2 Infinite Impermanences, and then we can play Dominus Impulse here because we are a dark deck, very strong. Go for 2 Lunalight Liger Dancer. It's obvious we want to make 2 Leo Dancers. This is just a bit safer to make it this way. We can also play a Guardian Chimera. We can make it with the Poly. It's a super strong card. Lunalight Panther Dancer, not that important, but it's nice to have one. Then triple Lunalight Perfume Dancer. Then we have our 1 Brotherhood. We have our Dugaris. Unfortunately, we can't play the Baguska because it is banned now, but otherwise at the point or basically at the end of the combo, you could have also made a Baguska, and the cool thing is that your Lunalight Liger Dancer is unaffected by Baguska. Go for the SP Lunalight, and you can also play an IP Masquerina. This IP here is kind of like a free spot that you can decide on what you want to do with this. We are playing 1 Eye Mirage if you, I don't know, you need to use your SP Lunalight to banish something maybe, and then our Cross Sheep as a very important combo piece. Let me know in the comments below if you have any more questions concerning this deck. This is a combo that you will have to learn by heart, but you will understand after a while how every card interacts with the other card and how you can pretty consistently go to your Lunalight Liger Dancer. A big problem is Duel and Lockbird, but you can, for example, I don't know, use your Called By, or you might already have cards in your hand. Obviously, if you start with Fire Formation Tenki, this is one of the worst starts into Duel. So yeah, this deck is definitely weak to roll, not so much to Nibiru, because you can also fusion summon with stuff from your graveyard, so you don't need your board as fusion materials all the time. Let Let me know in the comments what you think of this deck. Do you have any more questions? And if you like this combo guide, please consider subscribing, hitting a thumbs up and the notification bell so it can be recommended to other people and I can also make more guides like this. Thanks guys for being here, and we will see each other in the next one.